Good day everyone, hope you're all doing well. My name is Diana and on my channel I do talk about anything that has to do with you migrating to the UK as a nurse and anything that has to do with nursing in the UK and basically life in the UK in general. So this is a video that I've always wanted to do because it's a hot topic now and most people have sent me a message requesting for this, and it's about how to get a job in the UK as a senior carer. So since April this year, the UK government has added nursing auxiliary and nursing assistant as part of the occupational shortage list. Initially, it was just doctors, nurses, and other healthcare professionals. But this year, UK government added senior carers. So it means agencies or employers can as well recruit senior carers from overseas in addition to the nurses and doctors. So if you are interested in knowing the process involved, kindly stick around and consider subscribing to this channel and share this video as well. So just a brief outline of what this video is going to cover. So I've made a few points in my notes here, so in case you realize I'm looking down, please bear with me. I just have to get everything on point so that I don't miss any vital information. So I'm going to cover what the requirements are if you wish to sign up for this senior carer position, as well as the roles and responsibilities involved, because you need to know what you'll be coming here to do so that you don't get here and then feel like you're doing something that you don't really want to do. And also the working hours, salary expectations, and then how you can apply or how to contact agencies. So I'm also going to share with you a list of a few agencies that are currently advertising on their website for overseas senior carers. So do well to stick around and watch till the end, and consider subscribing and share with others who might also be interested. So like I mentioned earlier on, senior carers, nursing assistants or auxiliary nurses have been added to the occupational shortage list. Initially, it wasn't part of the list, but this year it has been included. So that means employers are allowed to recruit from overseas. So if you happen to see a job which is a senior carer role, because the UK government has added it, you are eligible to apply for such kind of jobs. So let's talk about the requirements or who qualifies to apply for this kind of job. So you should be somebody who has at least a background in healthcare, or if you are a registered nurse back home with a diploma or degree but not currently actively practicing, you qualify for such senior carer role. Aside you having this background in healthcare, at least you should also prove your English language proficiency, because obviously the main language in the UK is English. So for the purpose of applying for a visa, for instance, after being successful in getting a senior carer job, you will need to prove your English proficiency by writing the UKVI IELTS, and you are expected to get at least a score of at least 4 in each model. So if you've not done IELTS before, IELTS is an English test and it involves 4 models. That's writing, listening, reading, and speaking. So with the UKVI, for you to come to the UK to work as a senior carer, you should score at least 4 in each of these bands. So that is the English language requirements if you wish to apply for this kind of visa. But let's talk about some of the roles and responsibilities of a senior carer. So as a senior carer, you will be assisting the nurses in their roles and in their basic duties. So as a senior carer, you could be working in a care home, a nursing home, residential home, and some of the responsibilities or your duties or your roles could be assisting the residents or the patients in personal care, as in what we will call like a bed bath, making sure that they are clean, tidy. You could also be assisting in feeding the patient to make sure optimum nutrition is maintained. You could also be involved in like documenting like whatever procedures, because once you perform any procedure and you don't document, it's assumed that it's not done. So you should be somebody who have that report writing and proper documentation skills. You could also be doing oral medication. Some of the senior carers are trained here in the UK in administering oral medication. For injections, either IM or subcut injection, you may not be allowed, or you will not be allowed actually, but some are allowed to do oral medication like normal tablets. You are definitely allowed to do that, and definitely they will train you once you get here. They will not just throw you in to do anything without assessing you and giving you the proper training. Also, you will be involved in completing like care plans regarding the duties and the roles that you are performing. So you, as a senior carer, you also be in charge of the carers, because you are not just a carer but a senior carer, and that is because you've got a background in nursing already, or a background in healthcare. So it's not like you are completely new to the healthcare. So you could be like a supervisor for the carers or junior carers. Let's talk about the hours of work, or what kind of working pattern you should expect. So normally, because residents or patients are in the care homes or residential homes or hospitals 24 hours a day, you should be expecting to work anywhere between 37.5 to 40 hours per week. And that it might include patterns like working a long day, like 12-hour shift, either a long day shift or a night shift. You could also be working a late shift or an early shift. An early shift could start from maybe 7:30 and finish at 2, or you could do a late shift that start from maybe 2 o'clock and then at 8 or 9. So those are the kind of shift patterns you should expect with the senior carer role. Let's talk about salary. Very, very important. Salary wise, as a senior carer, you should be expecting an hourly rate of at least £10 per hour, but then it will differ from care home to care home, and also it would depend on which area of the UK you are. So ideally, if you are working as a senior carer in London, your hourly rate might be a bit higher than somebody who is working in another part of the UK, because obviously the cost of living in London is quite high compared to other parts of the UK. So there will be a salary difference, but ideally you should expect anywhere between 15,000 to 20,000. That is something that you should expect. So that is per annum. What I've stated is per annum. So breaking that down, monthly rate, you just have to divide that by 12, and that should give you a rough idea of what you should expect. So monthly, you should expect somewhere between 1,200, 1,400, and this will also depend on the kind of shift pattern. So like I mentioned, you could be working long days, nights. One thing I've realized in the UK, that if you work nights, more night shifts, your salary is obviously higher, because they give you a bit of enhancements when you do night shift, especially when you also work on bank holidays, you also get paid a little bit more. So the salary I've stated is just a range. So depending on the kind of shift patterns you do, you could expect to get something more than what I've even mentioned. So another good thing about the senior carer job is, if you are successful in getting a job here, you will also have the right to apply for your spouse as well as your children, because you would be coming on a tier 2 working visa, which allows you to bring your spouse and your children over. So now let's talk about how you can even apply for this job in the first place. That's the most important thing. If I talk about the requirements and everything and not talk about how you can apply, then this video will not be complete. So I would say that there are 2 main ways in which you can apply for this kind of job, and that is by going onto Google, searching for senior carer jobs and applying to them directly, or you can as well do it through agencies. One thing I've noticed is that for this particular senior carer jobs, it is easy to do it through agencies. That is a personal advice. But if you are a registered nurse and if you've written IELTS, CBT, then you can go ahead and apply directly to the hospitals. But with this particular senior carer jobs, most of the employers are preferring people that are already within the UK. So if you're applying from overseas, your best bet will be to apply through an agency. So before you even start applying to these agencies, you need to get a good CV ready. So in the CV, you need to put in detailed information about yourself. If you've ever worked as a nurse before, or if you have a diploma in nursing but then wish to practice as a senior carer over here, what you need to do is put in all the experience that you've gathered over the years as a nurse, and that would actually give you an upper hand. If you are an enrolled nurse, you have to put in the CV the number of years experience wherever you've worked, all the workshops you've done, the certificates you've had. Just sell yourself out to the employers or to the agency that you'll be applying to. One thing you'd also need to make ready before you start contacting these agencies is by writing a cover letter, or what others call it a supporting statement. So in the supporting statement, you would also write a bit about yourself, the number of years experience you've had, and everything that will make your application stand out, the qualifications you've had, or any workshops, anything that you have learned, and how you can apply those skills into your job role when you come here to the UK. So I've contacted a few agencies, and they have actually confirmed that they are recruiting senior carers from overseas. So I'm just going to go through a few of them with you, and if you are interested, what I would actually want you to do is to contact them, and I'm going to show you evidence on their website that is actually showing that they have stated they are recruiting senior carers from overseas. I will leave the link to their website below as well, so that you can contact them and start the process now before it's too late. So another thing is, if you are successful in securing a job as a senior carer, there are certain documents that you will need in order to apply for this visa. So I'm just going to go through with you those documents that you need. So first, you need to write the UK VI, as I mentioned, for the purpose of the visa, and you need to get at least a score of 4 in each module. You would also need an offer letter from the agency, because definitely once you contact them, once they secure the job for you, they will give you an offer letter, and they should also be able to give you a certificate of sponsorship. So you need that. You also need your passport, and you also need to have at hand any training qualifications that you have. So if you're a nurse, at least you should have a copy of your nursing certificates, and they should all be scanned copies, because if you are applying for the tier 2 working visa, you need to make an online application. So you need to have all of these documents at hand. You would also need a police clearance from your home country, which will be attached to the application as well. Another thing you will need is also a tuberculosis test. UK is very particular about that test, so you need to get a TB test certificate, and depending on which country you are, you can make inquiries on where you can have a tuberculosis test in an approved place, so that you get the test report and add it to your documents needed to apply for this senior carer work visa. So I'm going to go onto my computer, go onto the website of these agencies that I have seen that they are advertising for senior carers. I'm just going to go through them quickly, and I'll leave the link in the comment section so that you can click on them and also read for yourself. And definitely they have their contact numbers, their email address. Then you can get in touch, and they will start the process with you as soon as possible.
Like I mentioned, I'm just going over some of the agencies that listed that they are actually looking for carers or senior carers, and they are hiring from overseas. So this is an agency called Avanta Care, and they have stated senior carers working with the world's best carers. So on their website here, you can see that they are recruiting international carers. So if you look on the right-hand side, you see international carers. So that means carers from overseas. So they are currently recruiting. So let me go over to what they are saying over here. All our international senior carers must have nursing diploma and at least 12 months previous healthcare experience. So this is what this particular Avanta Healthcare is saying. So this another agency called Lorac International. I've made a bit of research on their website, and as you can see here, there is senior carer vacancy available, and it's international recruitment. So that means if you want to apply, you just click on apply here. Or well, I think when I contacted them, what they said, well, you have to click on register first, and then you create a portal, then you start the process. So let me go on. This is another agency called Kingsley Healthcare, and you can see clearly over here at the top, oversee nurses / senior care support workers requiring sponsorship. So with this particular agency, they are willing to give you that sponsorship, because without the sponsorship, you cannot even come here to work on the tier 2 visa, even after you've gotten the job. So they have the vacancy and they will give you the tier 2 sponsorship as well. So this is another agency recruiting from overseas. And if you look on your left-hand side, you can see senior carer jobs. And it goes on to say overseas trained nurses can apply for this role with a minimum score of IELTS and 5. So if you click on learn more, it will tell you more. They have their contact number at the top here, so you can always contact them for more information on how you can apply. This is another agency called WellCare Nursing Services, and they have stated clearly here overseas recruitment, as well as international nurses / international senior care assistants. So this is what they are also advertising, and they are writing a little bit saying our team will help you with the following. So this is what they're going to help you with: obtain a sponsor license if required, supporting candidates through travel and arrival in the UK, training and competence. So if there's anything they have to train you on, they are also going to do that, and arrange interviews between you and the client, because this is the agency. They are going to help you get the job. They will definitely set you up for interview. They are going to train you and also support you throughout the full process. So this organization is called WellCare Nursing Services. The other one is also Ian's healthcare group. So I sent them a message asking if they are recruiting senior carers, and the response they gave back to me was, "Good day, Diana. Thank you for your email. Yes, we can assist your friends in becoming senior carers in the UK. They may join our webinar. They can get all the information regarding the skilled immigration program and the way to reach their UK dream." So that's the name of the agency, that is their address, and that's their contact number. So far, these are the few agencies I've been able to contact. So these are the few agencies I've been able to contact, and I believe that as you contact any of these, definitely one of them will actually give you a job offer in order to come here and work as a senior carer to fulfill your dream.
Oh, there you have it, guys. I believe it's been very, very insightful and very, very helpful. So if it has, and if you've actually had value from this video, like it, consider subscribing, and also share with others. See you next time in my next video. Bye.